Hey everyone. So it is your first week of the program, and here's what we're going to be doing. So, look, we are going to be moving on to calorie counting as your program progresses, but for the first 2 weeks, I want to try to get you into um, the habit of developing um, a method of building nutritional complete meals without having to use your phone apps like MyFitnessPal. So really what I'm trying to do here with these is to allow you to develop a method of roughly gauging how nutritious a meal is simply by looking at it and using some tools which I'm going to provide you in order to do that. So this is what we're going to be using. It's going to be this challenge nutrition guide, because the challenge for your first 2 weeks of the program is to, using this nutrition guide, build or take a photo of your breakfast, your dinner, your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner from Monday to Friday. All right, so 3 meals a day, Monday to Friday. And so that will obviously be 15 meals by the end of the week. I want you to take a picture of it and I want you to send it to me on Messenger. And you're trying to use what we're going to go through today to build those meals. Okay. So first up on this nutrition guide is just the different kinds of foods, what they are, what foods make up protein, which we've color coded here in red, what foods make up carbohydrates, which is in yellow or orange, and what foods make up your healthy fats, which we've color coded blue. Now, as you'll notice, vegetables aren't down here, and the reason for that is you can really be as generous with your vegetable portions as you like. All right, we highly recommend you put as much vegetables on the plate as possible. Vegetables have a high thermic effect, which means they burn a lot of calories, and they also don't contain very many calories. So your body has to work hard to digest them, and then it doesn't get a lot of calories from them. However, it does get a lot of vitamins and minerals and fiber. So this is our food groups. This is the kind of foods which make up our food groups, and this is a wee paragraph about the different kinds of food groups in your diet. Now, as you can see here, we have a little bit about herbs and spices and how much of each kind of food you will be wanting to consume. All right, so have a quick read through that. We talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing after the challenge, but mostly just about how to understand how much food you should be getting in each meal. Now, as you'll see here at the bottom, we've got a quick guide, which I'm going to explain a bit more in a second. And so as you can see, it sums up in a nutshell, based on your 3 to 4 meals per day, you need to have 1 palm-sized portion of protein, 1 fist-sized portion of veggies, 1 cup hand of carbohydrates, and 1 thumb-sized portion of fat. So what does that mean? Well, here it is better explained. Your nutrition challenge guide portion control printout. All right, so look, following this guide, you have a easy and effective on-hand way, pardon the pun, of judging how good your meal is in terms of nutrient makeup. So when you're building a meal, you want 1 portion of protein to be the size of your palm. You want 1 portion of vegetables to be the size of your fist. You want 1 portion of carbohydrates to be the size of a cupped hand, and then your fats to be the size of a thumb. All right, so if you put together a meal with those 4 portions, you know you'll have a complete balanced meal. All right, so there is a very, very easy way to build a meal on the fly without having to have MyFitnessPal on hand. Once you've started building these meals, then obviously individual variation comes in. Some people need more food, some people need less food. And so how do we decide whether our portion guide is really what we need? Right, so what we do is we use this quick guide to portion control in which we assess how we feel after we eat versus how we should feel after we eat. So on the how we should feel column is how you should feel if the meal you've just had is complete and a good choice for complete and a good choice for a meal in your diet. All right, so if your meal is a good choice after 0 hours, you're probably still a little hungry because it takes about 20 minutes for your body to register the food. After 1 hour, you should feel satisfied with no desire to eat another meal, obviously. 2 hours, you may start to feel a little hungry, like you could eat, but the feeling isn't that overwhelming. After 3 hours, you should feel like it's time for the next meal. Hunger should be around 7 out of 10, 10 being starving. And then after 4 hours, you're so hungry you could eat anything. Aim to have eaten before you reach this point. All right, so that's how you should feel the time after each meal. Now, what do you feel? All right, so after 0 hours, if you're not feeling how you should feel and instead you're feeling full, you could have eaten too much. Try to slow down when you're eating. All right, so instead of still feeling a little hungry when you finish your food, you're instead feeling full of bram, you're about to bust, you've eaten too much. If you're still hungry, give it 20 minutes to see. And if you're still not satisfied, then increase your protein intake by a thumb-sized portion. All right, after 1 hour, if you're still hungry, you're not satisfied. If you're not satisfied, then increase your protein intake by a thumb-sized portion. After 2 hours, if you're still full, you could have eaten too much. Try reducing your carb intake by a thumb-sized portion and your fat intake by a half thumb-sized portion. If you're still if you're starving now after 2 hours, then increase your carb intake by a thumb-sized portion and your fat intake by a thumb-sized portion. All right, so you see where we're going with this. You can get a read through it. It's a really simple way to build upon the meals which you are eating each day, and you can do that really quickly and really handily. All right, and then we have this very simple meal template for 4 meals per day. And so you can see here, this is just an example plan. Of course, you can adjust this based on how you like to eat and based on how you feel after doing your portion guide, which we just talked about. So look, we've got here meal 1 or breakfast. There's no carbs, all right, because people tend to find, now not everyone, but people tend to find when they don't have carbs in the morning and instead opt for a high protein, high fat meal, they tend to be more satisfied, less hungry throughout the day, and that leads to a lower calorie intake just because people aren't as hungry. Now that doesn't mean you have to do this, it's just a suggestion from us. So no carbs for your breakfast, mostly 1 to 2 palm-sized portions of meat, 2 to 4 thumb-sized portions of fat, and 1 to 2 fist-sized servings of veg. Lunch, let's call it. We've got 1 to 2 cupped handfuls of carbs, 1 to 2 palm servings of protein, 1 to 2 thumb servings of fats, and 1 to 2 fist servings of veg, and every subsequent meal is the same as that. So that's a suggestion on how you can build a total meal plan for your day using your portion control guide. Then at the bottom, we've put together a wee quick shopping and prep to help keep you on track with your diet, which is just basically some tips on what you can do to help stay on track. All right, so have a read through this document, put it to use now in your challenge for the next 2 weeks, all right, which we've already talked about is, and we'll just restate it, is for you to take pictures of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner Monday to Friday and send them to me on Facebook Messenger. And you're trying to build meals using your portion control guide. So building your meals with your portion control guide, take a picture of them, send them to me, 15 meals by the end of the week, and we'll go through them and talk about them at the end of the week. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.